Hi there, very good morning. You're watching ET Now and this is Market Cafe with me, Kanishka Sarkar and Srishti Sharma. This is a show where we'll take you through all the global and domestic cues that you need to watch out for and also tell you about the stocks that you need to keep on your radar today ahead of the start of Free Street today. But Srishti, let's get started with an eye on the globe and Wall Street wrapped up the session on Wednesday on a strong note yet again, with the S&P 500 and Nasdaq composite closing at record highs after a slightly muted session in the previous day. Now this as investors shrugged off the concerns over the ongoing US government shutdown. Now it's the second week of the shutdown that has been going on. The S&P 500 gained about 0.5% to settle above that 6,700 mark. Now this was of course driven by the strength in technology and utility as well as industrial stock. All of these three sectors also hit fresh closing highs yesterday. The Nasdaq composite rose about over 1%, whereas the Dow Jones ended flat down just about 1 point. Now the street is largely is looking past the Federal Reserve's September meeting minutes, which revealed a split among policymakers on how much further to cut rates following the first rate cut of 2025. Tech stocks, like I said, once again led the charge. Nvidia climbed about 2% after its CEO said that the chip demand has gone up substantially in the recent months. He's also confirmed Nvidia's participation in funding Elon Musk's startup, that is XAI, fueling further enthusiasm around the AI trade. Now, analysts are saying that while corrections in tech are likely, the AI rally, that still has some room to run. So that's about the AI demand. Meanwhile, the US government shutdown, as I said, has now stretched into the 8th day with no progress in Congress on reopening the government. And economists warn that the longer it lasts, the greater the hit to the sentiment and growth, especially with reports that some federal workers may not receive payback and military paychecks could be delayed. So even as the Washington gridlock continues, Wall Street appears to be looking the other way, with tech and AI optimism again powering US activities. But Srishti, how are things on the crude front?
Quite interesting, Kanishka, because today morning we have very interesting comments coming in from Donald Trump, very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas, that they have signed their first phase of peace deal, and taking cues from that, we have seen a bit of a cool-off in the Brent crude prices. As of now, what we are getting to see is that crude is hovering around that $65 per barrel mark when it comes to the Brent crude oil prices, while WTI, almost a 1% decline over there as well, is hovering around that $62 per barrel mark. But along with that, it was gold prices as well, which is seen to be retracing back a bit, but still holding above that 4,000 ounce per mark, and another record high yet again overnight is what we have seen, over a 1% jump over there. But you can't take your eyes off the silver move as well, because we have been all throughout talking about that 14-year breakout that we have seen on silver, and just yesterday it was a 3% jump coming in on that particular commodity. So interesting move all across, Kanishka.
Absolutely, Srishti. Precious metals keep shining brighter, but like you mentioned earlier,